And good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome back into the Dragon's Den. My name's Digital Dragon. I'm a 3D printing variety streamer here on Twitch. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit better to answer your question, Pete. Um, I'm still chewing on a bunch of cough drops as the coughing does get kind of crazy every once in a while. And still drinking tea. Had like 2 cups of coffee. I had a cup of coffee yesterday and a cup of coffee today. And that's all the coffee I've had since last Wednesday when this hit me like a ton of bricks. Yeah, I am definitely feeling a lot better. I'm still having hot cold. That makes sense where it's like 1 second I'm cold, so I'm like bundling up, and the next second I'm like taking my shoes off, taking the jacket off, and all that good stuff. So that's been kind of fun, still going on. Um, what else? Went back to work this week, so and they're still like, hey, if you need to take a break, take a break. So I have been throughout the day. So if I need to, I will. Um, but yeah, doing pretty well. I streamed for a little bit on Saturday, about an hour and a half. Hey, Zombie, how's it going? And then, yeah, I went downstairs and rocked out in the recliner for about 3 hours. Rock out meaning went to sleep for about 3 hours. So, hey, Eagle the Dragon, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. How's it going, Zombie? Hey, you guys are finding some new emotes, I see. Yeah, we got some new emotes. There's a sad one, there's a happy one, there's raid one, there's a heart one. And yep, there you go, the DD3D one as well. There you go. There you go. Good job. There should be some badges as well. I see Zombie has a new badge and Ash has a new badge. So I've got some tiered badges set up. So those will be an option for you to select. For those of you that don't know in chat, you'll have like first or the little founder crown and stuff like that. You can go in and select different ones to display. And there will be one here for the channel now as well that shows your support of the channel over time. And it'll change and kind of evolve as you're subscribed to the channel for longer. Sorry about that. I tried to cover the mic. Um, I'm doing okay, Petty. Um, the more I talk, the more I have a chance of getting into a coughing fit, which is why I just took some Dayquil for number one, and then I've also got some medicated Mucinex lozenges and some lemon tea with honey. There are emotes all over the screen, all over the screen. Awesome. And thank you for the 100 biddies there, Bearded Printer, and 100 biddies from Zombie as well. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, the Dayquil I tend to take because it will help with the throat. So if I start coughing a lot, then I'll go take some Dayquil. But like I said, talking is going to trigger that, so we're gonna have to be careful. Um, so we're back at the Ender today, and you will find that we've got the Bowden tube. So we got the reverse Bowden set up over here. We got the Bowden tube in place. I actually have filament in there. And I had heated filament up and I was like, oh man, dang it, I did not heat tighten it. So normally what do I do when I heat tighten? 285, let it heat up, and then I'll heat tighten it with the torque wrench. They said, no, dude, don't like 285. Oh, max I'll go to is 270, firmware limited. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I know this is rated to, I think, 3 or 320. So, okay, whatever. 265. And then it shuts off. And I'm like, what is this doing? And I turn to the left and there's smoke coming out of everything. And I was like, did I just smoke a hot end? The answer is no. I'll show you what I did. We're going to have to take some things off to get in there anyhow. So go ahead and take the fan off. I've already disconnected the BL Touch, so we'll be able to just flip things out of the way. Be flipped back there, right there, and these are 2 mil. I did get some rest, Petty. I have been like, don't know. I'm not seeing anybody in here who is from my office, but like I said, I've got plenty of people at my office that have said, hey, if you need to, relax. And that is exactly what I've been doing. So as my body says, hey, you need to rest, and in between meetings, I will lay down and take a nap if I need to. Because it's really what it boils down to is my stamina is shot. So that's going to take a while to come back. But did you have a wiring harness for the black box? I did not. I wired everything in black box myself. Steve Builds was the one that proofed out the black box linear wiring harness. So let me grab this and I'll bring you in and show you what happened. Guesses? Yes. That is the remnants, the caked on remnants of Kapton tape. Did not even think about it. What is Kapton tape for those of you that may be able to or may know? What is Kapton tape? So the good news is there's the bead thermistor. The bead thermistor just came out when the tape melted. So I'm going to have, that's what I need to do is try and get that in here again and then go. But a pain to remove? Yeah, that is true. It is a pain to remove. Doubt very seriously. What's crossing line? Crossing. I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep this over here. So you're going to get the long view as I work on the printer. So Kapton tape is PTFE based tape. And like PTFE tubes, isn't there a temperature that we're not supposed to exceed with that stuff? Because it lets off very, very stinky fumes. Oh, so cute. So what I have found through some trial and error is it appears that the screw that goes down here is like an M2 by 2. And trying to find an M2 by 2, I found a place where I could buy 100 of them. And I was like, that'll be a last resort. And it was going to take some days to get here. And then I happened to see this little kit right here that just so happens to have M2x2 and M2x3. For those of you that don't know, M2x3 is like the standard screw size. M2x3, like flat flush head, is the standard screw size for NVMe drives. Problem is I tried one of those in the heat break and it's too long. So, yeah, the Kapton has PTFE in it, and PTFE, while it should be good for that, is not always. Depends on the quality. So I will say I've got two tape reels over here that do not have a name on them. So my assumption is they are not the best quality Kapton tape. This little set's pretty cool. It came with a pair of tweezers, which is going to be good for reaching in here and grabbing an M2x2. And the nice thing is with the length of these, go on there like that. M2x2, 2x3. Or these are all mixed up. Yay! Yay for the win. Gotta love that. That's more of what. So there's our little M2x2. Like the head of it is wider than the depth of the threads. So the plan is to get our bead thermistor in here and installed. I would use their, comes with a little screwdriver as well. I'm not sure. That's only good if that is a magnetic screwdriver. So let me see. Well, and these are not stainless steel. Let me see if I can get this lined up and get this screwed on here without having to take it the rest of the way off. Yeah, 240 continuous, it can spike, that's for sure. Like everything can spike, but continuous, yeah. So putting it at, setting the temp for 265, it melted the tape, and then the tape was the only thing holding this in because remember we couldn't reuse the screw that was in it. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is trying to get this lined back up, get a screw in it, and then we can try and get going again. Now, when you're doing this screw, once again, you're doing wires on a glass bead thermistor. You don't want to ugga-dugga these because then you'll smash those wires and they'll stop working. And these always work better when you get the right size clip for them. We'll put that one there because that'll be the more critical one to stay there. So we got this in. We did heat tighten that. The other thing that I went ahead and got, because the Kapton tape was a good idea, but ultimately was a failed idea. And because I obviously don't have enough different types of tape in my repertoire, I went and got some uh, tape that appears to be like the tape that was used previously that had come off, which is a high temp PTFE coated, like a fiberglass tape. It looks like a Band-Aid with PTFE on the outside. This is kind of what was used before. It's like a fabric tape with an insulating property. So this is what I'm going to use to wrap around the nozzle, which is basically what was there beforehand. So we'll get some of this and we'll just wrap it a couple, 3 times. And this will just add some insulation to the hot end, because otherwise it's just sitting out there in the wind waiting to be, waiting for the thing to blow on it, and it will drop the temp over time when the fans kick in. Sorry. Add a couple of wraps. Yeah, exactly, Petty. A snuggadugga, not a nuggadugga. There you go. Hey, Thunder Keys, how's it going? Thunder Keys, did you think the next project I was talking about was a box turtle? Because I do need to take that box turtle apart, or one of the 5 box turtles, well, 4 box turtles I have, take it apart and rebuild it with the parts for Zombie. The Zombie, everybody was telling me that you were heckling somebody and that I should not send you a box turtle, that you should be forced to build your own. I missed what you were doing to heckle somebody, so just be careful. Okay. So it's great when you spend like $7 for a bunch of screws and you need 1, but that's okay. I'd much rather have a couple of spares. Yeah, yeah. So that should get that going again. You want to build an LDO kit later this year? Maybe something secret you can't discuss? Oh, really? You want to do like an 8-track on a stealth changer? Okay. Like, let me put this stuff back up. No, let's actually put this back together, and then you can put your screwdrivers back up. So now all we need to do is not drop the screw. Get this back on there for the 16th time, and we'll get this thing back up and running, and we should be able to do a print. Maybe something like that. Yeah, so The like I said, the box turtle tear down rebuild, I'm going to do off stream. And quite honestly, I just haven't had the stamina to do it over the last few days. And, I would had to have sprayed everything down with Lysol and stuff like that. So I've been trying to stay away from all that good stuff. We'll get everything sprayed down with some Lysol, make sure everything's disinfected. And like I said, I'm going to tear down one of the box turtles that's running on an MMB of some sort and rebuild it. And well, I'll have to get your address so I can send that over to you, Zombie. Hey, Timor, how's it going? I've got a few. That is true. I do have a few. He should. He should. So here's what I think is a good trade-off. I'll build him a box turtle. He builds me a stealth changer. I think that's a fair trade, don't you think? Because he's built numerous stealth changers. Okay, so that should be back on there. We plug this back in because it's always going to be good to have our BL Touch working. There we go. Then we can plug ourselves in and see if there's any magic smoke left to let out. Well, that part worked. Put it back a bit. The sounds good, but you build the 2.4 though. So, but if I build the 2.4, don't you have to like redo half of it from the like the gantry and everything? I mean, I got a basic 2.4 here. Don't mind me, I'm taking my boots off because, like I said, I'm going hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, and apparently I just hit a hot zone. So, okay. So we're back up and running. And that's the other reason I know that the glass thermistor was still working is it was still giving me a good reading. It was just, it just, every time you go to heat up, it was like, hey, no, I can't because I'm not feeling the heater get hot. So we're going to heat this up to a normal temperature for PLA. And it just did a thermal shutdown. Why did it thermal shut down? Yeah, dang it. Maybe I do have a blown thermistor. Well, that's great. Now I'm going to have to swap the thermistor out. Good gracious. Oh, man. Okay. Well, how about this? if you saw the thing, this is the final one. So this is gonna go over here and I'll play around with it when I get a chance. Because we need to start getting going on something else. And that something else will be something along the lines of this. So coming in here and looking at our RatRig stuff here for a second. If you've been here for the videos, you would have seen that we built with the hybrid upgrade to start with. So what I have here in the box is the parts for IDEX. So we're going to be doing an IDEX upgrade. The Rat Pack I have on order. I ordered it with oh, okay, thank you Zombie for the lurk. When I ordered it, I needed to make a minimum order so it made more sense because it's like $30 shipping from, well, a base of at least $30 coming from Portugal. So I was like, okay, what do I got to do to spend some extra money here? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. To make this a little bit more palatable. And so I bought a Rat Pack, 2 spools of Punk Fill Brute Black ABS, which is the black they use for the rat rigs, and like 5 meters of some cable. Well, then they came back a couple of days ago and was like, we're out of the black ABS and we'll get it in on like July 2nd. And I'm like, nah, 4 or 5 month wait does not work for me. So I'm like, you can substitute whatever ABS or ASA color you have in stock. So I think they're, I haven't checked to see if he responded yet, but I think they had said they had rancid red. And I was like, yep, good enough. Yep, don't see a response. So I'm gonna get the red because I'm like, no, I want it here. Like I'm doing upgrades on this. I don't want to have to keep breaking into this to run wires and do things. So we're going to do the IDEX upgrade. We've got the Rat Pack on order. There's also, as you can see down here, an Orbiter V2 smart sensor, which is exactly what it says. It is the Orbiter 2 smart filament sensor, but it's the newest version of it. So I could have ordered those from RatRig, but once again, that would take time. KB3D's right here, so KB3D to the rescue, and we have our LDO Orbiter 2 smart sensor. So we got a pair of those. So that way we can put tool head based filament sensors on both of the tool heads. So what I got here, let me switch over to the overhead. We've got parts. So this will be the additional parts for the spool holder that'll go on the bottom right side of the closure. The spool head parts. So this basically gives me the parts that need to be changed on the existing tool head as well as the new parts for the second tool head. All of these I could have printed myself. And the camera. Good God. Okay. Apparently we're going to go to bench side because this one really wants to get thrown away. So yes, so here's all the parts, and there will be parts for both the first one and for the second one because the parts are different because the belt routing is going to be different. Okay. KB3D being so close really is a dangerous thing. Almost, yeah. And like Micro Center is what, an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, which is a lot better because the previous one was up in Fairfax and that was like 6.5 hour one way. Hey, Tugboat, how's it going? So we were going to work on the Ender, and I thought I had everything put back together, and the hot end thermistor apparently is borked. So I've got to take the whole, I got to undo all the umbilical and take the deck covers off to replace the thermistor wire now. And so it went down, it went back over here on the floor. It's in the corner. It's in timeout again. We've got our fan pack and a end stop. These are parts for the VAOC. So this is basically the Ember Prototypes camera system that will get mounted, like hard mounted in the system, will be used to calibrate the alignment of the two tool heads. We've got another Rapido 2 hot end. Loving the Rapido in here. It's worked great. Every Rapido I've used has worked great. So I really don't have a desire or need to change that. I do know that there are tube designs out there. Thank you, Luke's Laboratory, for that enticing piece of tech. So my initial system has an Orbiter 2. The new one that I got for the IDEX is an Orbiter 2.5. So now I'm wondering if I need to get a 2.5 and swap that one out for a 2.5 so that they're both 2.5s rather than one being a 2 and one being a 2.5. Shouldn't matter, but I mean, they're IDEX. I want them to be as close to the same as possible. And because we may need some additional USB ports because they do everything USB versus CAN bus, we've got this USB expansion board. And this is a hat that will sit on top of a Raspberry Pi. Come on. Come on. It's me. So it's got header pins, so it just sits right on with the header. And I believe there are, because I've got the kind of U-shaped plugs here, so these should, yeah, like plug into one and then the other side. So, or these will plug into the USB ports on the Raspberry Pi itself when it mounts. So you'll mount it and then you'll plug these inside. So these will bring the two USB ports up to get broken out. So no, that won't work on a Pi. We're up front. I guess they will work if you put them on the front. Anyhow, you know what I mean. We've got USB expansion ports. That's the gist of it. In foam that will not go back on pen. So we'll play with that and get our expansion ports set up there. And then we've got a whole nother box of stuff in here that will give us even more goodies to look at. And this will probably not start until Saturday. So it may start Thursday, we'll see, because I've got to be able to move this down out of the way. So I'm going to have to move some things, basically. I've got crap everywhere still. I'm going to have to move things. And then the other box here is, metal parts, wiring, bits and bobs. This is the toolhead hardware pack. There's our other cabling and stuff. So this will be for adding the other toolhead. We'll have the VAOC pack. So this will once again have parts related to that. Screws, bits and bobs, an end stop. Maybe that's going to be a camera module, a fan. A couple things that are wrapped up here, and that's what I want to open up and see what they are. There's the nozzle light, or the light that's going to be mounted so that it can shine light on the tool heads. This will be static mounted where the camera is at. And then this should be, yeah. So this is the actual camera board and camera in there. I don't want to take it out right now because it's small, tiny, fiddly stuff. That is the camera and extension board. They're 3DO FPC 5 cm cameras. So it's got the circuit board, the little, the tiny FPC cable, and the camera itself. We'll have to put that together. Fan is to keep everything nice and cool because you don't want that camera overheating, especially with the lights and stuff near it. We got that. Hey, some PTFE tube, a piece of 30 extrusion, and an upright. This will be, sorry, the rest of the spool holder that gets mounted on the bottom right-hand side. Spring steel wire, cable, I'm going to say cable tape. It's not cable tape. It's the cable shroud. And some more cabling for the VOC module. There's the more wiring for the VOC cable module. And the VOC camera itself is going to get mounted at the back of the bed. So, yep, all that stuff's going to go in there. This stuff didn't go in there. All that was in the box. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to get into. Like I said, in order to get there though, we're going to have to clean off the stuff that's there and the stuff around it so that I can work around it. I do not plan on moving that. I plan on moving a camera closer to it so that you can see what I'm doing. Because yeah, it is too heavy, and I at least need Evil Diesel to come over and help me move it if I'm going to put it on the workbench. And if we put it on the workbench, it pretty much takes up the entire workbench. And I would be walking around the workbench constantly. So I think leaving it there and just leaving it over there and accessing it from there is going to be the best option. You go flat. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going to do. I got to, like I said, rearrange some stuff over here so I can move this just out of camera view to the right. And that will let me walk around here. I'll probably set the camera tripod right up here, focusing in, and we'll work over there. I'll add some additional lighting over there as needed so that we can see what we're doing. How's it going, Rob C? Hope you're doing well. But as far as that information, so when we go to do the IDEX build, we will add in our smart orbiter sensor. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, like I said, we're already at the hybrid, which you have to have the hybrid in order to do the IDEX upgrade. So we'll do the IDEX upgrade. We'll include the Orbiter V2 smart sensor steps when we're doing it. And I think memory serves me right. Let me bring this back down to normal. Shot now, don't need to shot now, I already have it. Okay. Print the parts, don't need to print the parts. I ordered the parts. Here are the parts. Then here's the guide that will follow and how we'll have to go through it. Loosen our tension. Sucks, but I get it. And the reason I say it sucks is because the RatRig produced the best input shaper graphs I have ever seen. Ever. It was amazing input shaper graphs. But we'll work through that. We'll have to do this on both sides. And then take the belts off of the printer because once again, the belts are going to get routed. So with an IDEX, rather than both belts going to, rather than both belts going to one tool head, you'll have, how does that work? Top and bottom, like bottom left, top right, and I think the bottom right, top left is how it gets connected so that they, so that both can still do what they're doing. But so basically we have to take the tool head apart to a certain degree and replace certain things because the printed parts themselves are going to have to be changed. We're going to have to take the linear rail off to add back the other carriage that came with the initial kit. So that's the one thing is when you buy a RatRig, it comes with both carriages on the X-rail. So we need to take that second carriage that we had and put it back on now that we're going to do our IDEX. And you don't want to leave it on there if it's not running IDEX because that will mess things up because it'll just kind of vibrate around. So we'll have to add that in and then remount the rail. Continue with the next guide, which is basically like, okay, now you're starting fresh and you're doing the IDEX. So lots of fun. We'll go through and we'll build everything up. Maybe we'll go through and do that part on Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. We may start this on Thursday after all. We may start this on. But yeah, fun stuff. So we'll build both tool heads. the tool head 0, which would be pretty much putting everything back in that we took off that tool head. That'll be the left side. And then for the orbiter, then with tool head, I wonder if there's a breakout to, hey, if you're installing the filament runout or the the smart sensor right here. And not seeing that. So we'll have to remember before we mount the wire guide and the board, that would be the perfect time to add the filament runout sensor. So we'll have to think about that because there is a different size standoff right here. It's just a couple of millimeters shorter that we would need to install. We'll have to install that ahead of time. Then we'll go through and do everything for plate 1 and basically build up a second extruder over on the other side with some slight difference. Attach the front belts to 2. Feed the belt through T0. Attach back belts to tool head 1. Yeah, so it's definitely a, just one belt, one on the front, one on the back, versus the 2 belts going into a single tool head. So we'll work on that. We'll get that done. Additional end stops because we'll have an end stop on both tool heads. Gantry alignment. Guide hybrid to IDEX tool head wiring. Yeah, we're going to have to do some jumping around, basically, is what I'm seeing here. IDEX accessories. Actually, we'll keep jumping through. But yeah, it's going to be fun. That's what we're going to be working on. It's one of those things that we've been kind of delaying a little bit, and we just need to get into it. I was hoping to get into it by now, but with getting hit with COVID, I was down and out for a couple of days. Still not fully back either. Like I said, my strength and stamina are pretty low. So yeah. We're definitely going to have to dig through and find some things. I feel like printing. I feel like printing. What can we print with? What can we print with? Oh, hey, I know what we can print with. Here's something we haven't printed with in a little bit. Let's set up Positron. You know, the printer that broke my foot. that there, bring this up. Okay. That goes there. Ground wires, comes up. Now I know there's been a bunch of changes to this as well, with the extruder and stuff. I have not been paying attention to those changes. I probably should, but I have not been. Has anybody else been paying attention to those changes? Nope. Okay. Did I lose everybody? Sorry, it's a bit of a. By the way, here's the one thing not to forget, or your prints come out weird and you don't know why. You got to flip up your tension lever, otherwise you don't get good tension on your on your z-axis. And this comes over here like so. Power supply, tweezers. Guess I can leave this in here and just grab the other bench cord. Work out just fine. Still need to also come up with a reliable whatchamacallit, tool holder for the uh, EnderXY as well. Green tool holders. And if you didn't know, this did print over at KB3D's store like the entire day. So this does definitely print. And that's the top. That's the, and I am still using standard glass. I have not swapped over to the PEI bed heater. I don't necessarily see a need or a reason to. Okay, so this is in, that's in. Press that button, that comes on. Figured we wanted to 3D print something today. I mean, We are a 3D printing channel after. Heyo, Free Heathen, how's it going? Hey, Pez Liz. Pez found animated emotes. Yes, she did. How's it going, Liz? I hope you're doing well. Pulled out its own, but I think we're going to wind up using. This comes around at a weird 8. Weird input angle. Temperature, reader, 200. The Berry Printer found it as well. Everybody's finding the new emotes. Hope everybody's doing great. You're down with the flu? Oh, Liz. Yeah, I've been, me and the COVID have been getting, like, way too cozy. I really want to get rid of this garbage, but it's lingering a bit. I'm sounding a lot better, which is good, but I do have, God, I love how quick. Food. I yeah, that did a thing. It pulled the cable out. It was not supposed to pull the cable out. You play nicely there. Stop breaking yourself. Blue equals mean cancel. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we did a benchy on here. Okay, Free Heathen, thank you for jumping over here. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, this stream might wind up being a short stream as well. Just because I'm still trying to be nice to my throat and my voice so that I don't wind up sitting here coughing all the time. Okay, and we're back. So we'll do the temperature, set temp for PLA. And once we're up to an appropriate temp, this heats up quick. Go ahead and say load. There it is. And it picked up the cookie CAD just nicely. So we're still going to be using that cookie CAD Witch's Blue that we've been working with lately. Because, well, why not? And that just pooped stuff everywhere. And continues to ooze. The one thing that cool it back down some. I need to look into is I think they did get a new macros so that it doesn't do as much. Like I think there's a little bit of a retract to reduce the pressure, which will keep it from continuing to ooze like it is right now. But definitely keep a pair of tweezers in your positron. So what do we have on here for files? We've got both. We were doing the crawling things. We got some test prints. What was that? Oh, the ghost candy thing. We can do a benchy. What do you think? Should we do a benchy or should we do something else? I guess lately everybody else has been doing the boti or whatever, which is the little oh, whatchamacallit? The bench with feet. Let's see, do I have the positron on this positron? We've got a positron up here. Let's come over here. We do have the positron over here. Let's come over to printables and find something to print. Or does anybody have an idea? As far as quick prints, you're not sure what to suggest? Yeah. Flexi, etc. size cat print in place. That'd be interesting. And it upside down print in place cat. Let's see. I mean, that might be what we're going to do. Ooh, that looks cool. Not sure if that'll work. That just looks. Okay. Let's come back up here and we'll grab that flexi cat. Sure, it's probably extra size. No. 4-color. No. Ultra. Download STL. No 3MF. Just take a gander and see what it looks like. Hey, Aaron's Twitch. How's it going? I bet you Aaron's Twitch has something that we can do as like a test print on here. Strength. 3 walls, 4, 3. Sparse infill density, 15. I hate crosshatch. I don't hate it. My preference has always been cubic or cubic. 3 hours. Wow. Let's see how fast we can fail on this. We're gonna fail real fast because it probably has a different IP address than it did before. Yeah. Give me a break. You really like crosshatch? You're finally getting your V-Core 4 less than a month now, meaning you have it and you're starting to build it, or you're still waiting for it to arrive. What's going on? It's just being slow. So you can't see, but it's going really, really slow. I have no idea what is going on, but my internet has been like, we're still at 84%. My wireless internet. So here's the thing. It's not the internet. I can come over on my Apple laptop, run a speed test, and get almost 400 meg download out of it, 12 upload. I come over here to a Windows box and do the same thing, and I'll be lucky if I get 50 meg download on the wireless. Connected to the same, 5G signal band and everything. I cannot figure out what happened, that the Windows stuff in the house has been nerfed. Can't figure it out. So I'm about ready to, I'm going to call up Evil Diesel and see if he'll set the box of Cat 5 outside his door, because we both had COVID. And I'll pick that up, and then I'm going to go and run some new hard lines, because we moved the modem when we got the fiber modem put in place. It's in a different physical spot in the house now. So the 2 lines that I ran before do nothing. So I'm going to run 2 more lines. One comes up here. Well, actually, 2 of them are going to go from here back down into the same wall. One will go in the living room and one will go into the other spare bedroom. And the one in the living room is going to connect to the modem, bring it up here. I'll put a small modem over here in the corner and feed the other 3 lines back out. So 2 in the master and 1 in the spare bedroom. And then one's going to loop around here to the switch again, and I'll be hardwired. And that, why did that fail? Connection was aborted because it took so long. Okay, let's see if let me see if I can get onto this one. And this might not be working either, because once again, it won't seem to connect to the darn Wi-Fi. And once again, I have zero idea. Like, it was working great yesterday. Come today, or come this week, the Wi-Fi within the house is crap. If I direct connect to the modem, 400 meg out. Yeah, so I really don't know why it does what it does. Try this again. Yeah, there we go. It's a little bit faster there. Yeah, but it's been killing me. Wireless just drives me nuts. You're driving down to Hector's on March 1st to pick it up. Ooh, it's a 500 IDEX. Nice. So is this pre-built then, or is this a one that you're picking up and building yourself? Two vegans are having an argument. It's still considered beef. Oh, Pezlet. Um, you'll be building it yourself. Okay. Printed all the parts to have your own color scheme. Nice. I I kind of like black. I mean, I did all my black box in straight black. So the orange and black that um, Zombie did is looking really good. You know, this is British Racing Green and Neon Orange, so I think this came out really well. Here we go. And we are too close. Yes, I'm working on it. I still love watching this print upside down on glass. Another reason why I kind of don't like the spring steel PEI sheet is you kind of lose the ability to sit here and watch it as it prints. Actually bring you guys in closer here. Provided the cable doesn't mess me up. Better if it was higher and looking down, but can I get you higher and looking down? Not high enough. Darn it. First, you don't succeed. Grab a polymaker. There we go. So you printed all the colors yourself. You printed your accents in yellow ASA from Polymaker. Call it Bumblebee. Nice. What colors are you going with, Aaron? And are you streaming the build, or are you just going to build? Same K3 theme, galaxy blue main, and pop blue accent. And okay, nice. Trying to corner and give up. There you go. You're going to record and upload it, not stream it. Not a bad idea either. Not a bad idea. Really, I found that their parts came out really well. Because I did build my 300 with their parts, and the IDEX upgrade that I have is their parts as well, and they seem printed very well to me. I was just watching, they had a factory tour with the Slice Engineering guy, and what's the other one? It was Slice and oh crap. Yeah, he had a factory tour with a couple of people, and you know they're actually running modified V-Core 3s, modified, just height modified, so they're not standard height, so that they can stack more on top of each other at a time, and they're printing all the parts for the V-Core 4s, so that was pretty cool. Welcome on in. Yeah, Hero. We'll just go with Hero. How's it going? Yeah, so this is weird. The back side is low, but it's high over here. I got to figure out how to make a tiny adjustment there. Ooh. And we are way out of alignment now. So we're going to need to stop this because it's way out of alignment. Like layer 2 is way not in line with layer 1. Which is something I have noticed. These wires will catch on this screw over here, or this M3 bolt. It catches on this M3 bolt. So I may be looking at what we can do to fix that. Like literally, words on stream are hard. Like I either need to figure out how to put a cap on it, or maybe I take the standard. That's not an M3 nut. That's a standoff. So I've got to be able to put something on there that will allow the wire not to catch on one of the edges of this standoff. And my first thought was, oh, I could just put a button head screw on there, but I don't think that's going to be it, because it's catching on like the corner of the rail, and this wire is catching the corner of that rail and this piece right here. So I've got to figure out what's causing that. Yeah, it's causing a layer shift. So here's the exact layer shift. You can tell that these two rear ends are not anywhere near each other, lined up wise. So I need to pop all this stuff off, which will be easier once the bed cools off. And we'll give it another try and keep an eye out on that corner over there. Pretty much still way too close as well. I need to move it away some. Let the bed cool off. Sounds like society's fault. Yeah. You always struggle building it. Well, the problem with you is when you're building, one, we're heckling you, and then two, your giveaways are things that make you do things that then make it harder to stream. If that makes sense. As in, hey, do a Jaeger shot. Well, after you let us do those like 5 or 6 times, building gets more fun. So last night you order a Cobra S1, right? Are you asking me? No, I have one on order. I ordered one a ways ago. I just have not gotten shipping yet. You were fine until you realized you were designing your 3D model 5 millimeters too big for your. Ouch. Ouch. Is there an elegant way I can connect or stack 2 3D printed boards on top of each other without using screws? You need to save 10 5 millimeters to be able to just print it in 2 sessions. Yeah, Jaeger shot build stream. Sort of, yes. There is a way of doing it, but it depends on the mechanics. Like, is it something that's sitting flat on a table, or is it something like an electronics enclosure that's going to be sitting a little bit elevated off of a table, like on the feet of the printer? Because then it's going to have a tendency to sag, unless, okay, bear with me. You could basically do like a herringbone pattern so that they nest together, and have your board mount across the split in your electronics enclosure. So 2 holes on one side, 2 holes on the other with heat set inserts, and that way you lay your boards together once again in that interlocking herringbone, so it kind of goes like that. And then to strengthen that joint, now you're going to have your board going across that line, so you're going to have the stiffness of the board is going to help hold it up as well. That might be a way to do it. Fun goes up, quality goes pear-shaped. Yep. Yours won't ship until the 20th. And like I said, I haven't even got a response. So chances are what I need to do is log into my live.com account because I think that's the account that I used. And okay, now that that's done, main menu, power. Because I'm gonna have to pop this off to scrape it. I prefer to have a couple of layers, but that layer shift was way too bad. Yeah, see, there's the layer shift. That just was not going to line up anywhere, any way, shape, or form on any of it. Oh yeah, I'm way too low all the way on that. Anybody know? Because I can't remember off the top of my head whether it's okay to use a razor blade scraper. Guys, over here, a second, on the bed. I think it's okay. No, we can't use acetone. Hey, folks. Is batch 1 just delayed? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen anything. It could just be, like I said, that my filters are, yeah, just flex the build plate. Easy. Exactly. It could very well be that I have an email, but it's in my live.com purgatory, thinking that it was junk mail. Yeah, looking at this, this is all way too low. I need to redo my Z offset. And I love how on glass, this stuff, once you kind of get an edge started, it just goes popping off and flying everywhere. Yeah, there was just some see-through layers there. And the other thing with that is Chinese New Year's going on. So that's one thing that's going on. The other thing is with all the tariffs. So the stuff that's already been purchased and is in shipping, does it get caught up in any tariff crap and get held up at the port? Right? That's one of the things that's going to be an iffy thing, is whether or not stuff like that happens. Why not get in there? There we go. You go in there. And actually, I should probably, because I know what to do. Because I've been told what to do. By the man himself. because what I was finding is I was having a little bit of peel up on the edges of prints, and the man said just put a little bit of glue on there. The man being Nomad, by the way. What is going on? Up. Line up. That's there. Turn on. And I will, like I said, need to raise this up a bit. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Sales about ready to end also. Yeah, well, like I said, I had ordered a ways ago. I just haven't seen anything from them. Well, let me rephrase that. I've seen some things, but nothing about a shipping date. Nothing has made it through to my Gmail. So normally for places like that, I will run them or give them my live.com, so my old Hotmail account basically, and it'll go through that first, do spam filters, and then go through my Google account, do its spam filters. So I do get a lot less spam and crap. We go to 100. Does this have a bed level routine? These LEDs, nozzle dot. Reflight check. That is. Hey, thanks for the follow, Matt Al. How's it going? You've been playing with the Neptune 4 Max? Nice. Estimating shipping time February 20th to 28th. Okay. So is that posted on the website then, or was that on their? Yeah, hopefully not my headache. I would prefer not. Let me. So. Oh yeah, I got in different price than that, but that says January 15th to February 20th for that price. Um, yeah, I got in at a different price from that. Nothing about shipping there. Estimated shipping time February 20th to 28th. Okay. Once again, that is it shipping from China starting the route, or is it already in the States and that's when they're shipping it out of their stateside warehouses? Um, Sorry about that. That's your account on the website? Yeah. Looks like you're having fun tonight. Yeah, I'm sort of. Hey, Big Jano, how's it going? Shipping from the U.S. warehouse. Okay. Um. Yeah, I'm doing well. Uh, the Mad Owl. I'm still recovering from COVID. I got COVID last Wednesday. So what I've been doing is just trying to. Well, we were going to work on the EnderXY, and I melted the Kapton tape, which I think did bork the, well, something is borked with the tool head thermistor right now. So I'm going to have to replace the tool head thermistor. No big deal. I have plenty of them. It's just a pain in the butt. So I'll need to make that change. And I was just done. I'm going to, this is about the 9th or 10th episode on just updating that to a triple lead screw. And I'm sorry. So this is what me and Kenneth were talking about, was the Anycubic Cobra S1. Now I purchased earlier at a lower price when they had their early bird, I guess. And I did get the Cobra S1 combo with the 4 colors. So it came with the Ace with the 4 colors. I didn't do the 8. I don't think I got any extra filament with it. I think it was just that with the Ace. I don't even think I bought any spares at the time. I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm waiting to see shipment on this when this comes. So hopefully I'll get shipment notification here in a couple of weeks. Curious to see how this works. Once again, it's 250, 250, 250. So pretty standard print volume that we've seen a lot lately. As in, looks very much like the, you know, a clone of something that we've seen a lot of lately. So, yeah, I just wish it was a bigger build volume. Well, you've got the K2 Max, but I hear several people having issues with their K2 Maxes, with fully screeching and stuff like that. So it wasn't much more off than this, but yeah. So the early bird pricing, it looks like you got a day left. This is the day, right? Day, hour, minutes, seconds. So a little over a day left for the early bird pricing, even at the 6:30. So yeah. Okay, so we've got this warmed up some. I was going to try and do a bed level, but quite honestly, I'm not sure how to do a bed level routine on this again. I don't know if it would be the pre-flight check. Checks the park fan for failures. Oh no, that's not going to work. So I guess, like, I don't know. Let's do this. What do you want? Fluid interface. I got to put this back over to main. Yeah, I mean, it says the 20th through the 28th or 20 whatever. So that's what it said on the site, was shipping was happening. Where was the shipping again? You know, estimated shipping February 20th to 28th. So I know that they're on Chinese New Year's, and even though it may be coming out of a U.S. warehouse, it's not going to ship early. So you think yours is on the way? Will be here on the 7th? Huh. Yeah, then I'm going to have to check my other email and see if there's something over there that got blocked and didn't come over. Yeah, the Chinese New Year is going to be a mess for a while here. But yeah, definitely looking forward to getting that in and just taking a look at it. We've also got the, we went through and looked at the IDEX kit stuff. We're going to have to look at the IDEX kit. Yeah, so it's when it goes forward that this hops over, and then we start having issues. I know that they were building it or doing a cable chain on here that might be part of what they're doing to mitigate it hanging or catching on this. Yeah, bear with me. Definitely way low that time around. I think that'll be doable. Um, sorry a second there. Let me click on the shipping info right next to fax, and it will tell you when batch will get order. Not order. Okay. You said shipping info right next to fax. United States U.S. warehouse, estimated shipping date February 20th to 28th. And that's for second batch orders placed after January 13th. If you placed it between January 2nd and January 12th, it shipped between the 5th and the 15th. So it is quite possible that it has shipped then. Let me see if there is an email that got caught in the other email. Yeah, showing all the unboxings from influencers, talking about the Mac OS version of the slicer. Uh, Um, Sorry, folks. I just figured, like I said, I would take a quick look at this. Yep, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Oh well, we'll get something eventually. So, Zach, how's it going? Welcome on in. Yeah, I'll do that after the stream. I'll log in and check after the stream. So for now, let me kind of set you guys up again for a somewhat top-down view and get the balance just right. Um, yeah, like I said, hope everybody's doing well. We started work on the EnderXY again today, and I thought, oh, this is going to be an easy fix. I got the screws in that I needed. I'll just plug the words on stream, the thermistor back in, and we'll be off to the races. No, it ADC'd out immediately as soon as I started to heat up the heater. So that thermistor is borked, so I'm gonna have to replace that thermistor at a minimum. And um, we'll go from there. Um, that got moved off into the corner again. The Speaking of the corner, I'm gonna have to move some stuff around here so that I can roll black box here out and over on the other side. So that we can get to all sides here, we'll need to take the top, the front, and the two sides off to begin working on the IDEX upgrade. So we'll most likely start that on Saturday. Just realized we're in a ad break. Almost done. And we're back from ad break. So I need to clean up some things around here on the corner or on the floor here so that I can pull black box out and put it to the right over here off camera and clean the excess stuff off the top here. So that what we'll do is we have to take the side panels. Well, I'm not 100% sure we need to take the side panels off. We at the very least need to take the door panel and the top panel off to make it easier to get in and work on the printer. We will most likely want to take the side panels off so that we can work on everything easy. Because what needs to happen is basically we take the whole tool head apart. The existing tool head comes out. We need to take the linear rail off so that we can put the second carriage on that was in the original kit. Then we mount the rail again, and then we start rebuilding toolhead 1 with some different parts that came in the kit because the belt and stuff routes differently now. So we'll do toolhead 1 toolhead 0, and once we get that built, then we will build toolhead 1, which would be the second toolhead, and when we do that, we're going to go ahead and install the Orbiter 2 smart filament sensor. Now, here's the thing that I need to do is I need to look at what are the differences between the Orbiter 2 and the Orbiter 2.5. Because all new RatRig kits and any new IDEX kits apparently come with the Orbiter 2.5. So my question is do I get another Orbiter 2.5 so I could do a swap out of that orbiter that's currently on it with a different orbiter? Or do I just leave it in place and run an Orbiter 2 on one side and a 2.5 on the other? I don't know. I know it's got the new rig gears, but I'm not sure completely what the differences are. Guess we can kind of look that up while we're watching this go. Well, hey, there you go. Okay, well, something's wrong there because it's literally moving the entire bed. So I have a section that, yep, I got a section that came off. So we have yet another failed print. Ay, 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 ay. You notice the thing that I see here is there's no ready, reprint, motors off. Hey, found the bed tools adjusting stuff. Hey, Liz. Look at you throwing emotes and stuff up. Yeah, so under the tools, I did just see that there's load, unload, bed screws, adjust, bed tilt, calibrate. So I wonder, manual probe. So I wonder if some of this is for the new probe that they were designing. But I had a piece that fell off the build plate. So build print number 2. And a bunch of cooked filament because I still have a leaking nozzle. Awesome. That's good to know that that hasn't been solved with everything in. We'll have to let this cool and peel this off again. But what I was looking for was the ability to like save the Z offset. Huh. So is there not a way of saving Z offset on this? I mean, there's a Z offset right there. Ah, there we go. Learning new things. I am not a fluid guy, by the way. I've run mainsail on everything. So, heat emotes. Hey, Jano, look in your emotes and see if there's anything else you can. You may also see a new badge next to your name in chat. So here is an LDO Orbiter V2 to 2.5 upgrade kit. So it's like 17 bucks and like a note in red. Designed for use with genuine LDO Orbiter 2 units. Filament performance not guaranteed on other brands. Note this upgrade kit also includes many new parts not required for the update to 2.5. These are offered as spares and can be installed during rebuild if you choose. The planetary gear housing is not included. This is a lifetime use low wear part. Okay. So there you go. There you go, Pez Liz. There you go. Yep. We got the what do we got? We got our love emote, our sad emote, the raid emote, the DD3D printer build, and our happy emote. There you go. There you go. So yeah, looks like not that expensive. Ready to ship. Or we can get a whole 2.5 for $53 and just do basically a motor swap. Call it done. Ah, yeah. So, well, the planetary gear, we'd have to We'll have the planetary gears. So these gears would have to get added on here because of the rigda. We'll have the rigda for the front idler. I think a lot of these we probably wouldn't need to do. Yeah, it basically boils down to, like, do I want to upgrade or do I want to just replace? I have the smart filament sensors. I actually have the orbital tool head boards as well. Hey, shenanigans, how's it going, friend? We're having fun fighting some things. We're trying to get a good print on the whatchamacallit here. On the, goodness gracious, Positron, because we've had some issues with it just being too close to the bed. So I think I got that solved now. And now we're just trying to clear this print and give it another shot. We had a part over here on the left side that popped off. So now it's really just needing to pop off the rest of the little printed parts on here so that we can try it again. Yeah, and apparently it won't let me. Darn it. Now I'm going to need to scrape it again. Okay. So I got that off there. I'm like bound and determined to try and get this darn thing done. Okay. Tools. Come on. And where is my little sticky note I can use? Sticky note, sticky note. Where's the sticky note? I normally have one here ready to go for these. Here we go. I know I'd find one. I'm doing okay. I'm still a little under the weather. Adjusted. Adjusted. I am not sure how we would adjust this. See, it's way tight here, that's for sure. I think that's part of the problem is it feels like my bed's tilted forward. There you go. Or apparently my ability to think and talk and do things at the same time right now is semi-compromised. Like what I'm seeing there. Like what I'm feeling there. Okay. So let's give it one more try. Give it one more try. Yeah, I'm hanging in there. It's the more I talk, the worse my throat gets. So I probably will not be on here too much longer before I raid out into Jano or somebody. But the Core XZ, um, I was playing around with it yesterday, getting it ready for stream, and heated the hot end because I'm like, oh, I forgot to hot tighten the hot end, right? Or the nozzle. So I went to heat it up to my normal, which is 285, and it told me, hey, go pound sand. I only like a max of 270. So I tried 265, and then it took an ADC error. And I was like, what the heck? And I looked left, and there was just smoke billowing out of the hot end. Well, what happened was I melted the Kapton tape. And when the tape melted, um, the thermistor came free because the tape was the only thing holding the thermistor in. So I got some M2x2 screws, and we got some thermal insulating tape. And then we took ADC errors after I installed that. So it's over here in the corner. It's in trouble. Thing over there off camera. Yeah, that's what's going on. Um, yeah, it was all my fault. There was nothing wrong with the machine itself. So then I decided, well, hey, this is sitting over there. It's neat. I need to move it out of the corner anyhow. So let me pick that up. And I don't want to say it's giving me problems. I just need to dial in the bed height. So what I've been kind of working on. And apparently my web, well, I haven't dropped any frames, so my upload's good, but my download on my web, on my Wi-Fi, I keep saying web, on my internal Wi-Fi to the house is like dog poo poo on Windows box or on the Windows box. I don't know why. It's driving me insane. This is looking decent as a start now, finally. Not getting any noises being made of skipping steps where we're trying to push too much filament through because we're jammed up against the bed. Does not appear that we're too far now, so we may have finally found the trick. And we are printing a like long stretch flexi cat. Don't ask me why. I just wanted to print. So, what else do? You pick a 3-hour print to try and do. Yeah, it's still crazy to watch it print upside down. That is true. That is true. It is still crazy to watch. And we're printing this in Cookie CAD, which is blue. 3 walls. I think it was like 4 top, 5 bottom, or something like that, whatever the default is for the profile. So there's a couple more things that I still need to do on the Ender. For now, I do have the reverse Bowden tube set up for it. I have what I want to do is do a side mount spool holder for it, because while I've got the stand-on metal arm that comes out, I really kind of don't like that. I want to do what I want to do is something along the lines of this that Creality did for the K1C. This would be a side mount that connects with 3 screws, and then the standard in and click. I would like to do something like this for the Ender and go between the side rails, but we'll have to see. And then, like I said, Thursday, provided I can get some other things cleared out, and basically just means move to other parts of the house until my wife gets mad at me, then we can start taking the one of two things is going to happen Thursday. Either I'll be working on rebuilding a box turtle to send to zombie, and that particular one right there is not sticking, so we're going to have a failure. Actually, that one's not either, but I can't tell if that's, darn it. Cancel print, go back to the main menu. Yeah, there's one for whatever reason that's not sticking, and I probably now need to clean the bed from putting fingers on it or something. Either that, or it was going to be right in a gap where I didn't have any glue stick, so that might be a thing too, is throw some glue stick on it. But I think for now, though, I think I'm kind of done. I'm done chasing printers for the day, and my throat is kind of a little done as well. So I think, hey, AR Bushmaster, welcome on in. Yeah, so for those of you that are relatively new that haven't been here the last couple of days and aren't following me on my socials, I came down with COVID on Wednesday, and it's been pretty rough. I'm still dealing with what feels like a chest cold right here in the middle of my chest still. So I don't want to push it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and call it quits. We will go and see who may be online that we can roll over to right now, and we'll keep playing it by ear. That's why I said Thursday we might not get into the RatRig. It may just be working on that box turtle rebuild, because we'll take the one box turtle up here, tear that down, build the new one for zombie, and away it goes. That way I can reuse as much of the wiring that I have in there as possible, and just have to basically desolder one type of end stop and solder in the different type, and it should still be long enough to work. So we'll do that on Thursday, possibly, if I'm still not feeling that great, and that'll help out. That'll help buy us some time, and then we'll get into the RatRig on Saturday at the latest. So thank you everybody for being here. I'm going to go chill out downstairs, probably watch a couple of streams, And thanks for being here. I really do appreciate you coming and spending your time with me. So let me see what we've got here as far as a potential raid target. Anchor deck, Buana, Static Tides. Looks like she's doing a cosplay. Astro Canuck, Part of Mike Disney. Good enough painting, packing some stuff up. Okay. Course, Etsy store, Sigarecki, Stephen Poole, Declarations, Sid Heresy, Chris Perillo, Paula Tech. Sure what she's working on today. What do you guys think? You want some Astro Connect today? I haven't seen Astro Connect in a little while. Here we go. So I've got the raid started over to Astro Connect. Thank you folks for hanging out with me tonight. Please let's go over with the raid and say hi to Astro Connect. And thank you all for being here. I know the last couple have been a little short for me at least, but it's going to take me a while to get fully over this. Thank you all for your time and your well wishes. And I will see you guys and gals on Thursday. Have a great one, everybody. And for those of you hanging around on YouTube, please like and subscribe down below. Ring the bell. It'll let you know when new videos are posted. And over here, YouTube will be suggesting a new video for you to check out. Hope you all have a great day. And see you later.